everybody, welcome back. So after a day's work, it is today, Wednesday. I'm out on the back garden for a couple of hours, getting the old armoured cable out of the ground. I've started digging the trench. The old armoured cable's out, and now I'm just digging all the loose soil up to get the new cable in. The wife kindly came out to give me a hand digging it out, which was much appreciated, makes life a bit easier. She's done quite a lot. To be fair, she's done quite a lot on this build. She's helped me out tremendously. Not only did she carry nearly all 250 breeze blocks round onto the back garden, but she also mucked in with the barrowing of the concrete. She's, like I say, she's been helping me dig this. She's been doing all sorts while I've been doing this building. I'm tremendously grateful to what she has been helping with. She's made my life a lot easier, especially with me being out at work a lot. And she's been doing bits while she's been at home, so a lot of it I couldn't have done without her. She's made my life a lot easier. But I'll just show you where I've started digging now. And I'm hoping to try and get all this dug out down outside it, fencing as I can, so I could get this new armoured cable laid in. So I'll turn you around and we'll have a look at what I've been digging. So I've started digging down here, digging down, trench down here, all that down there downside, that's all loose soil where I've pulled the old armoured cable out. The old armoured, well, like I say before, only 1.5, new cable is 4mm, so that 1.5 what I've ripped out, that's going to be going to a scrapyard to be weighed in. Bit of more money in my pocket, might not make much, but it looks better than nil. You might notice that there's a bit less soil here now than there was before. You have to excuse me about this noise you can hear in the background, that's the tarpaulin blowing about. It's started becoming quite loose now, wind's starting to get the better of it. It's starting to rip and it's been pulling it to shreds, to be fair. I tried to protect as much as I could by putting bits of carpet over sharp edges and these martial art mats on edges, and it's just the wind's getting better of it now and it's starting to shred it. So I think at some point it's going to end up coming down. I tried to leave it up as much as I could, just on the advice of Matt, the fiberglasser, until I'd got some water in pond. I think at some point I'm going to end up taking it down before it blows down itself, because if this blows away, it's going to rustle. So I think at some point this is going to end up coming down. It's tarpaulin. So yeah, back to soil. So there's not as much soil as there were here before. Back to what I said about my wife. She's been doing a hell of a lot, shifting the majority of this soil what we had before. She's shifted while I've been at work. She's bagged it up into rubble sacks, and again made my life easier. It's made it possible so I could get this armoured cable out. I couldn't do that before. Did screaming in the background. Couldn't do that before because all this soil was blocking my way, but now because she shifted all this, it's enabled me to crack on. So again, that's what you want out of a good wife, someone who's willing to chip in and help you out. Right, I'm going to crack on, digging the rest of this out and get my cable laid. So I'll catch you later. Right, just got back from work, another day, another dollar, and the first thing I find, what was I saying yesterday? I come back to this. No cover over the top of the pond. Now, it didn't blow all the way off. I have had to literally take it off because it were more or less hanging off. It was doing nil. So I've been up on top of the shed, unscrewed it off the top of there, took it off the top of me pergola, and now I've got an uncovered pond. So I'll give a better view of it now that we've got no cover on top, so you can see it properly. It's a bit dirty, but we'll have a look. So there she is. I must say, looks a lot better without a cover on top on it. Oh, I'm going to get some some wood treatment at weekend and get all this tret before heavy rain starts coming, because it won't do it any good. So I'm going to get all that tret over weekend, all being well, as long as it don't piss it down. Pond got quite a bit of dirt in it. Spiders, cobwebs. Oh, not to worry, it'll all get cleaned out. So I think for the rest of tonight, I'm going to carry on with getting that trench dug to get my armoured cable in, get that in. I've got my mate coming who's an electrician, not this weekend, next weekend after, so he's going to come and get all the electrics done into consumer unit in-house and into sub-unit in shed. So we'll get that done next weekend. I just need to get this cable in so I can, well, in fact, I'm not even going to bother backfilling it yet because I need to get the water feeding from house to the shed as well, so I can have an auto top up. So I think having a drum filter, you need an auto top up really. So I'm going to crack on with that, get as much done as I can, and I'll be having my tea very shortly. So as much of this as I can, and I shall be back on it probably again tomorrow doing bits and bobs. So catch you later. Another thing, just as an afterthought, is with my pergola, I can't make my mind up what to do with it. I might put some netting over the top of it, just so it still lets light through, but also so nothing can get through top of it. But I want to know what other people have done in regards to decoration. I was thinking about maybe some vines or something, some sort of flowers, but I can't make my mind up what to do with it. I'm thinking maybe some vines along the back of it, hanging down. That might look quite nice. But I'd be interested to know what other people have done with their pergolas. As in regards to plants or vines or stuff like that. So if you want to give me some ideas, then be my guest, because I'd like some ideas of what other people have done. It's Friday, I've just finished work, and it's payday. And that only means one thing: I've got to pay my bills. But first, I've got something to show you. Got a parcel, so let's have a look. So here is the delivery. Let's crack her open and see what we've got. More tape on it than I don't know what. And there we have it. The Pond Expert Veriflow 30,000. So we'll take it out of the box and we'll have a look at it. Right, so here I've got the Pond Expert Veriflow 30,000 pump. I did decide on this one in the end after thinking between, there was this one I was going to choose, or the Evolution Aqua 30,000 or the Aquaforte 30,000. The main reason why I chose this one, apart from it being the cheapest, was a few factors. When I was looking through the specifications for each one, the Evolution Aqua one only had, despite it being a 30,000 litre pump, it only had a maximum head capacity. I think it was only about 5.5 metres or something like that. So, I mean, 5.5 metres, it sounds more than enough, but by the time you pump through all your filters, your fittings and stuff like that, it soon brings it down. So, and plus one of my furthest return is quite a distance away, so I wanted that bit extra head capacity from the pump. So that's one reason that swayed me away from the Evolution Aqua pump. So that left the Pond Expert and the Aquaforte 30,000. Now, they're very similar, the Pond Expert and the Aquaforte. The Aquaforte's the cheapest I found, I think it was about £370. I think it was for the 30,000. Now the Aquaforte has a maximum head capacity of, I believe, 8 meters. This Pond Expert has a maximum head capacity of 9 meters. So both very similar. Pond Expert being cheaper by about £50, so this is about, pick this up for about £320. Yeah, so apart from that, there's not much reason why I chose the Pond Expert over the Aquaforte, apart from this has got an extra 1 meter head capacity, which for me is quite handy, having a return that's quite far away. So yeah, I mean 30,000. I mean, I worked my pond out at about 10,000 litres, just the pond itself. So the reason why I chose 30,000 and not 20,000 was purely on the basis that with it being variable, I can throttle it right down anyway if I need to. But also, because if I'd have bought a 20,000, by the time it's gone through by the time it's gone through my filters and fittings, etc., it's it's not going to be 20,000. So as I thought, I may as well get the 30,000. Then I've got plenty of headroom there. Should I need it, I can turn it up, bring it right down if I need to, and I can play with it as I wish. So I'd sooner have more in reserve than not have enough. So that's the reason why I got the 30,000. The reasons why I got the Pond Expert, 1 extra meter of head and 50 quid cheaper. So I'm going to take it out of the box now and we'll have a quick look. Quite well packed. Comes with 2 hose tails. Not that I'll be using them, I'll be using fixed 2-inch connectors. So, but I'm sure they'll come in handy for something. Sorry about the speaking of the styrene. Little leaflet. So, for the 30,000 control box, maximum wattage of 400 watts. The maximum power of the pump is 385 watts. Maximum flow 30,000 litres. Maximum head. Oh, I was wrong. The maximum head, according to the leaflet, the maximum head of this 30,000 is 10 meters. So that's more than enough. Minimum flow 12,000. So again, I can roll it right down. My pond is 10,000 litres, just a pond or thereabouts. So 12,000 is more than enough. But like I said before, by the time it's gone through filters and fittings, it's not going to do that even if I go on maximum, minimum. So minimum power 45 watts. Alright, with the packaging. So we'll wash it, let's not lose them. Comes with a nice long cable. Presuming this one's to connect into the control box itself. I can stuff this door out to keep the light. So we've got this control box, exactly the same as the EA pump and the Aqua Forte. So yeah, I'm presuming that, yeah, so we've got a connection into this one. So again, nice and long cables. So this pump can be used as a submersible, and you get this cage with it if you want to use it as a submersible. But I will be using mine actually dry mounted. So here's the actual pump itself. You've got your inlet on the face of it, 2-inch threads, 2-inch connectors, and then obviously your outlet on top. But all round it looks pretty well. So it's got a nice decent impeller inside it. Removable base, should you want to remove the base. I don't know why you want to, but. And the back folder. It does say it's got a maximum water temperature of 35 degrees. Auto shut off if no water for 2 minutes. So if it's got no water, if it's pumping nothing for 2 minutes, with no water inside it, if it's running dry, it'll shut off in 2 minutes. So that's a nice safety feature to have, I suppose. Other than that, it looks very well built. So only time will tell. I'm going to have to get some connections to get this connected to my pipework. I'll probably go and get them from the coy dealers tomorrow. And then hopefully I might start doing some pipework tomorrow. Around the back of my pond, those 3 returns what I need to pipe up. And obviously now I've got my pump, I can get the pipework into the shed and get my pump piped up. So yeah, all in all, anyway, so that's that. I'll catch you in a bit.